So once again, just in case for people who come a little later, this Friday I will make a video about how to build this shape. Just only the body, no detail, just upper body. The lower body you will make your own. This is really simple. It's basically the same concept but much easier as a cap. Same concept, same extrude, same fencing technique and so on, exactly same but much easier because the cap you have curve, these are straight line. So to control this is much easier. Look at the line, it's a lot simpler. And now next week though we will do all the detail together. So however, on Monday you need to submit by Monday, next Monday, the cap and the body, and I will put the example on the discussion group that what you need to finish. Okay, like show the image and outline. Okay, that what Friday is about. You're gonna watch your video, watch the video that I put it on week 2 page, and working on your own time. If you have questions, you can email me because I will check email between section of my meeting. So, and I had half an hours about every 1.5 hours. I might send you the, I might give you an answer when you ask. Okay, and so now for today though, today we're going to finish the cap, so we're going to work on this section. And the idea is we already have base, and basically all of these sections, let me show it to you quick. Press F, can you see? Oh, by the way guys, if you wanted to shift this perspective pivot point on the particular section or area of your model, you could do something like this. You can select a component on an object and then you press F. When you press F, it's basically frame selection. And then you can dolly out. What it does is when you press F, it shifts the camera to the wherever you select and then change the pivot point to around that selection. So now can you see when I rotate, tumble my scene, is tumble at that selection. So this is a little trick, okay? So, and this section basically just extrude inward. Extrude now, right here though. This section is 5 side and 6 side. So basically, you create a separate object, combine them, and then start it to append so that you get a uniform attach. And that's what we're gonna do. And we did something like this already the first week when you do that exercise, right? So let me set up the project. And let's do the concept of combining again one more time quickly. You don't have to follow the, just watch, okay? On this technique, entertain, lecture, week 2.
Will you be sharing your screen?
Oh yes, sorry. Thank you. I totally talking something that you don't even see it. Oh, my bad. Okay.
That's okay. We could see it, but we were just watching it from the projector.
Oh, from the projector. Okay, yes. I apologize for that. I forgot. Sometime it happened. So now I'm gonna create a new scene quick. You don't need to follow on this section, okay? Just watch. And because I just want to talk about the concept a bit. So basically, if I have cylinder, so this is cylinder, and let me do something manageable. This time I'm gonna do 12, okay? And then I'm gonna have another cylinder, and this time I'm gonna set 8 section, 8, and I'm gonna change the radius turn on wireframe on shed, and then another cylinder, and this time I will do 5, and I'm going to move it up. Radius, let's do 0.5, 0.2, and let's make this a little bigger, 0.5. Here we go. So now you can scale it, and I'm going to combine them together. Okay. Now, this time I'm going to use Boolean, and I want to show you what will happen. So let me remove the cap so that is manageable. And this is what we're going to do on the main upper body when we do Boolean. So if I Boolean all of them, oops, sorry, mesh, Boolean, union. There's a union, different, intersect. We'll come back and talk about that. So I'm going to do union, and now they have become one. However, these are incorrect topology, because if you look at, if I select face, can you see this is a more than 4 side? So that's incorrect. It needs to be clean. So it needs to be remodified, retopology. And in this case, though, we're going to use multi-cut to keep cutting until we get the topology. Like, for example, if I go to mesh to multi-cut, and the way to cut is I wanted to click and drag until it stops to the corner, and then I press enter to finish, and I'm gonna just keep going. Here we go. And just remember, some of them will be 3 because they are not meshed, right? 16 and what is it? 6. Oh, yep. And I'm gonna do like this first. Yeah. So now, what I can think of this time is I can go to the top view. Now I can see there's a possibility that I can rearrange this so that it looks kind of uniform. Now can you see right here and there? I could rearrange, because I want the top and the back side, this is the top view, and the front side, I want it to be a little similar. So you could recut it. Oops, sorry, multi-cut. So we changed the direction. How about this? That one, I think it can be something like that. Here we go. So now when I delete, I can delete these two. Oh, sorry. Edit, delete by delete edge and vertex. Once again, next week we will use a shortcut. So now can you see? It's reasonable, and they are uniform, so it looks good. Now, this section though, I could rotate. So I'm gonna select that face. Basically, I try to organize the way that, well, it looks kind of uniform. It can be uniform. Can you see? I make that one line as straight, and then I go back to multi-cut again, and then now I can think of, okay, that can be 4. These can be 4. So basically, we want 4 as much as possible. Here we go. And now this is not good, because can you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it means that has to come here. And I think would be more prettier if we do this. More uniform. Oops, sorry. Edit. I got used to with shortcut. So now I can do, oh, again, sorry. Multi-cut. So cut, That one will be 3. Make sure you move until it stops. And then, so even though there's a 3 corner, but they looks uniform. Can you see it looks much better? Now, with this model, I organized the wireframe first. That's why it seems really easy. What if, let me undo, oh, should I undo it? Hold on, let me go back. Okay, I'm gonna move this, duplicate it, so that we can compare. Turn on wireframe on shaded on all view. Here we go. So I'm gonna come back on this one again, and I'm gonna get rid of the face because I don't want to keep undo until go back. You know what? I don't need to save this. Maybe. Let me undo it until all the, oh, no. I don't have to undo. I can delete all of this. So, and don't worry about what I'm doing, what I am doing right now, because this is a kind of troubleshooting. Relation editor, hyper connection. Okay. So don't worry about what am I doing here, okay? I'm gonna just select all. Let me check. Okay. Oop, not. Polygon split. Oh, shape, that's it. Okay. Here we go. All right. Oh, it doesn't clean my original. So, okay. One moment. Let me do it again. 12. Edit. 8. I should have duplicate from the beginning. 0.5. Here we go. 5.25. Here we go. Okay. What if? Oh, on here I have to go back and split this section. So, and that one looks really nice. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just go 1, 2. I think maybe we should keep that. Here we go. And I can move to the center. And so in this case, now you need to, so basically I'm gonna have to line this up quick. Here we go. Okay. And if you keep the right here, the edges on the cap, these may help you. It depends. So now let me try to do like what the other one, 0, 0. Here we go. And I'm gonna just leave that as a 0. So now I'm gonna Boolean it. Oh. Mesh, Boolean Union. And then now you could try to have Maya to reorganize for you, and then you remodify them. If you don't really confident about what layout should I use, and that's what we're going to use on the on the body, because the body is a little more complex than the cap. This is what's going to happen. I can go to Mesh menu, Clean Up, and let Maya organize any face that more than 4 subdivided. The problem with using Maya to do it is it's will not trying to be, what do you call it, like to be creative in terms of try to force into 4 corner. So it will, if something that cannot be 4, it can. If you're just walking around, Maya will just make decision to subdivide into 3. So when I click Clean Up, under faces with more than 4 sides, and this is what I get. So Maya will try to clean it up and connect all the vertices for you. And there will be some section, if it's complex, can you see they're not organized. So now in this case though, what you could do is you could kind of come back and remodify them a little bit by edit mesh, delete edge and vertex, and we're going to cut to this section instead, so that if you look at from the top view, can you see it right there? So I can do multi-cut. Let me delete that one too. Edit mesh, delete edge and vertex. And then I can go to multi-cut tool. And then now, can you see these are kind of a little uniform. So now you have to rearrange some of these. Now, this section can be 4 corner, doesn't have to be 3. So delete, here we go. And these I'm gonna leave as is. And these are actually not too bad at all. Okay, so, and then now you can kind of look at on your top view, see the possibility, this can be 4, and Control Delete is shortcut for edit mesh, delete edge and vertex. Here we go. So this section can be also, now I already used that command, edit, delete, control, delete edge and vertex. You can press G. G is a repeat that command. Here we go. So now this can be 4 also. I can press G again. And how about this section? That can be 4. And can you see they are organized again? And this one can be delete too, because 3, 4. Okay. So does it make sense? So now come back to the these are the concept of it. So now we're going to go back to our last section. So this is my, I don't need to save that. Here we go. So I'm going to press back to 1. Now we have to take a look at on the reference. Let me save scene as, this will be version 3 now. So today I'm going to have 3A, 3B, 3C, and next time I will have 4, 4A, 4.2, something like that. So now we get to this cylinder. Let's take a look at our reference. Reference, hydrant, temp the cap. So now if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on the top is 5. Okay, so we're going to create a new cylinder. 1 cylinder, and I'm going to move in place. Here we go. Move in place. And I'm going to count 8. Here we go. And we're going to remove the cap, so that is a little manageable on this section, but the 5 one, we're going to leave the cap as is. And then create another one, and then move it into spot. And then we're going to change the size. I'm going to change the size. So this one is 5. Here we go. And then, now on the 5, if it's difficult for you, make sure you change the size a little bit so that we can see it. Okay, here we go. So it look like this. Okay, and now let's take a look at on the reference again. So this is the font the flat area is perpendicular to the font. So let's take a look at on the top view. So right there, this is the font, right? Because can you see positive Z? So rotate this. And when you rotate it, I rotate it only y-axis. You need to eyeballing it. You want the line to be straight as much as possible. And can you see it like that? So now I has a 0.016 volumes. Let's try if I remove it, is the line still going to be straight? It's still. So in this case, we can put the even number, not odd number. Get rid of the decimal. So it just, just try to be more precise. And what about the 6th side though, or the 8th side? Let's look at on the image. The 8th side, is actually a little offset, but we do not need to make it offset because those are actually the real fire hydrant. They can use the I don't know what to call hexagon, not hexagon, something that pyre that has eight side, octagon, something like that. That can unscrew it because on the top can be pulled out based on the reference images. If I look at that one, see it can be pulled out. See that can be detached. So same thing as this section can be detached too. And now in this project, even though it can be detached, you can actually separate them if you do animation that has to be animated. But on this project, the reason that the assignment want you to attach so that you can to show off how understanding your topology is, because it's harder when it's attached, because you have to synchronize everything, like the edge loop have to be equal, stuff like that. So in this case, to make it easy, this is perfect already. Can you see straight line, straight line? So now this is what we get. And if you remember, if the bottom are flat like this, you could use a pen to polygon to like what we did on the concept of it from the beginning. Or you can use Boolean. It can be, it's not one way to build them. Now, in this case, though, what I concern about this is this. I don't know if I do clean up, it may do something on the model itself. So now what I'm going to do just only on this is to be safe, I'm going to Boolean the top and the bottom, but here I'm going to use a pen to polygon to do it. Okay, so now when you do in the future, you could do anything you want to. You can use Booleans only, or you can use no Boolean at all. Just use the same technique combination on the week one that we did. So now let's make the size similar. So look at on the side view or front view. So now it may offset from the drawing. Don't worry about it. Just change the size. I'm going to change radius. There we go. So make it about that similar size. The reason is because when we built this, we built everything from the origin point. So they are really sit on the intersection. So if I turn on move to the 0 on Z and 0 on X, that's what we wanted. We want everything to be 0. And now the vertical, which is the Y, can be any number. And because in this case, when you Boolean, when you match the topology, much easier. So now I'm going to grab the base. This kind of big. Can you see right there? And you can use scale 2 too if you like. I just like to use the the attribute added, no, the shape node. Here we go. So now look like this. Okay. So let's do top and bottom, top and the middle first. Okay. So we're gonna just Boolean it. Use selection tool, and might be a good idea, guys. Select this into a new layer. Select the cap. So you can highlight the cap, object, layer, under display tab on the channel box, create layer form selected, and then double click so that you can rename. I'm gonna just name Hydrant cap layer, and then you can template it or reference it. In this case, let's template T, because we just want to deal with these two. So now make sure they are inside like this. There we go. They are overlap, not penetrated, overlap inside. Now let's go to Mesh menu. Under Booleans operation, tear off the menu. Let me show it again. Mesh, Booleans, and tear off the menu. So, because I want to talk about this. Now, Boolean Union, you already see it. There's also an option. Can you see? It's option. It just like give you a little preview what you can use. Now, the intersect classification, normally I would just use edge. Sometimes normal might be required because it depends on the angle. I mean, if you have a certain angle that you want to preserve. Other than that, just default. So now, what about the different? The different bit is mean you subtracting it. Can you see the normal and now edge and normal? Now the normal is kind of a it's really like I said, it depends on the angle. In this case, normal you would use edge again. So and next one, intersection. Intersection, keep the intersect. So now for the different, the first one will be subtract the larger one. Oh, sorry. The first one will be keeping and subtract from the larger. Now you can switch to intersect also. Let me undo. Let's try again. Let's select the big one and use this to cut through. So the last selection will be the one that cut when we use different. Can you see it look like this? And then you have to clean up. So on this particular, we're going to just use union, as you can zoom. So at this point, after we union, let's clean using a cleanup so that you have something to get started. I mean, if you're familiar with a redirect topology, Extrude, when you become a little more proficiency on this, you could just manually do it. You don't have to do cleanup. But even now, I still do cleanup first because I just want to make sure that I don't miss any point. Because sometimes 2 points may not line up, and I didn't pay attention. But with Maya, we'll divide those into triangle for me, and then I can merge them. Because sometimes you can't see it, and then you thought it was okay. So now I'm going to go to Mesh menu, clean up, open up option. Let me reset it. So the things that we need, we want Maya to clean up. The operation clean up match polygons. Any select polygon that match. And we're going to under fixed by tessellation, face with more than 4 sides. So 3 sides will stay. If it's more than 4, that's it, will be subdivided or tessellated. and you can click clean up. And now you get this. To get started, go to top view and think about trying to uniform this, left and right, top and bottom, front and back, sorry. So now I can see that it does really good job. Can you see? Because we line up really well when we started. Can you see we line up that corner to this corner? And that's why when I type eliminate decimal, when we rotate it, it's kind of help us to clean. If I have, let's say, 18.5, when I rotate the 5 corner, I might get triangle right here because it's offset, right? But now this is lined up perfect, so it's almost perfect. The only thing we need is right here. And now, when you do edge, delete edge and vertex, we'll delete edge and also vertex. However, in this case, this corner vertex will stay. So it means you can actually delete by delete keyboard without using edit mesh, delete edge and vertex. Because we don't need to delete this vertex because vertex has connect, right? So if I press delete, oops, sorry. Here we go. And it still have 4 corner or 3 corner. You see, so this one nice and clean. How about this? So now enable the layer cap. In this case, you could Boolean it and do the same. Now the problem with this is because these are hollow, it may cause some unwanted flipping normal because sometimes Maya doesn't know what to do because one of the objects are closed, the other object are not closed. These are open border because you can see the black color which is on the back side of the face normal. This is face normal, front face, back face. So in this case, it's not a good idea to do Boolean. And also when you look at right this face, they are flat line. So we could use the technique that we did earlier last week, that we just basically let me hide this layer quick, the cap. You delete the faces on the bottom. Here you go. And Maya subdivide this for us. Delete it so that they are hollow. And then you can open up the cap back, right click and choose vertices or edge, on this object. And you just kind of move into the level. Don't have to be perfect because we can scale, if you remember, we can scale them to be, like for example, if I hold shift, right mouse click, select, these are 2 objects. You can select both and then you can use scale to and scale so that they are exactly lined up. And you can also move all of them together. Now they are not in a single object yet. Okay, so now we can delete this face. Here we go. And we can combine it. Go to object mode. Make sure you go object mode. Select both and mesh combine. So now these are a single geometry but 2 elements. So let's switch to face. Just want to check. If you double click on the cap body, it should select all the element of that cap. If it leaves some faces behind, so it means you have to merge those things together. So now this one is 1. Okay, so we're gonna start it to append. Go to object mode and under mesh to append. Now when should I start though? You can click on one edge. You just look at on the flat section. So when I click on that and see the face that opposite. So these are 2 corner, the other 2 corners. So when I click like this, it's become 4. And if you press enter, you execute and then switch to whatever the standard tool you were at. Okay, so now if you press Y though, Y will finish and repeat. Now can you see? Look for 4 corner first, like this. Just focus on 4 corner. So now when I look, if I click here and then I click the opposite face, it doesn't look pretty, right? So I'm gonna backspace. This one would make a little more uniform. So press Y again, same thing. If I click that flat face, click here, it looks better and synchronize with the other. Press Y again, click, click, press Y, click, click, here we go. So just focus on 4 corner first. 4 corner is uniform looking plus better deformation. However, there will be some area that you can't avoid it. So this will be 3 corner. So 1, 2, 1, 2. 3 corner, you select only twice. That's it. You click twice.
When you combined the objects, did you use the combine command or Boolean Union?
No, this one I use combine because we didn't Boolean it. We cut the face on the bottom of the top one and on the top of the cap.
Gotcha.
And use a pen. And a pen tool is really good tool because a pen is kind of force you to either have 3 or 4. You can't, I mean, you still can go to 5, but then you will see is little, you have to count all the time. So now look like this. Now, when you're done, you need to clean history. Edit, delete by type, history. Okay. Now, can you press 3 when you're done? It looked like this. And I intentionally not doing framing, the fencing, or put a stop continuity, so that you know that if you don't do that, you're going to have to modify them. Can you see now that 3 corner is kind of a really large format, really large area. It would be nicer if we have another fence right here. And the reason is because of when you look at on the detail of this. Here we go. See, there are quite a few things going on there, right there. And then we have to stop continuity there. It has a bevel there. So right now it's going to be hard to do bevel on that section and this section. Okay, so now we need a circular. If you press 3, we don't get a circular looking like this. See that? So now, in the future, when we do the body or when you do on your own on this section, right there, make sure you do fencing first. Don't go too fast like this. I mean, it still can fix. It's not hard to fix, but just to save you a little time. So now, let's fix that. Let's create a fencing first, or create a stop continuity. Now, let's focus on this section. If you, use Mesh tool and insert edge loop. And I'm gonna loop it really close. There we go. And then I'm gonna double click on these edges. Can you see right here on that section? If it does, when you shift double click, it will stop at triangle. So you probably have to, you will have to do a few more times. And you're gonna scale this inward, but when you scale, can you look at on my perspective view? I'm gonna disable y-axis. So I'm gonna scale only z and x by grabbing this y-axis. So I'm gonna scale it until it's kind of a little closer. Here we go. I mean, close enough that are not intersect. So now basically you just scale uniform only two sides. And the next thing we need to do is we need to match the level. So shift double click on this loop, turn on scale 2, and then just scale it, only y-axis. So now if I unscale, can you see there are a little bit of curve there? I can do like that. And then I can move it down. Oh, sorry. I gotta move this section too, because it's a little bit too high. Oops, sorry. So I select the edges loop, and then I need to select 3 because I don't want to have a little like this. Hold on. Just like that first. I'm gonna scale to flat, and then we're gonna add more section to there. Here we go. So now it look like this, they're all flat. Okay. And the next thing is, if you press 3, can you see now you see that circle? We need extra circle loop so that this not pinch and it's create a really round, like circular. So we're going to go back. Now you can use mesh, insert edge loop, and then you can loop like this. Here we go. So now press 3 again. Oop. Press enter to finish. Here we go. So now can you see that are really circle? So because we stop continuity or fencing basically. And I feel like this section can be smaller. As long as you see the gap right there, they are not intersect. I'm gonna scale uniform 2 axis, y, x and z, no y. So grab the the green plane. The green plane is a y plane basically. So now can you see, this is incorrect. Time to time you will make a mistake. Can you see that is overlapping? So it's incorrect. So if I undo, it cannot be overlap, and you just want it to be small enough. Here we go. And then I'm gonna press 3 again to see. And this is good. Now if I add, oops, sorry, insert edge loop again, right here to stop continuity, so I will get a really sharp corner. Press and oops, sorry. Here we go. So now can you see getting sharper? And we're gonna do more. So now, based on the image right there, this actually has a little bevel. These are more bevel there. Let me go to, want to see, here we go. Here we go. Actually, we can leave it straight line. Don't have to bevel it. So, okay. So now, we need a little extra surface, because when you look right, no, you can't really see it on there. It has a little space there. Can you see? Right there. It's kind of a, in this case, we're gonna have to loop more. Insert edge loop again. Loop right here. Okay. And we're gonna extrude this section. See, I select, hold shift, double click on the next faces, and then edit mesh, extrude, and push inward. Here we go. And then I'm going to press 3, it will look like this. Here we go. And we need to stop continuity. So, oops. Here we go. Select, oh, no. Extrude, okay, good. I thought I add another extrude. So to stop continuity, use insert edge loop again. And then I'm gonna loop really close right there and here. Let's press 3. Now you can see a little solid line. Now the inside, I'm gonna ignore it this time because I don't want it to have too many segments. Okay. So now press 1 back. Here we go. And this part, let's see if it, oh, that part is good. Okay. So we need to raise this section up right here. So you have to select, you could use, how about this quicker? Vertex. Go to front or side view. I'm going to grab the vertices right here and move it up so that I get that level. And then we're going to add more section. There we go. And now look like this. You can scale non-uniform only to axis against only Z and X, no Y. So grab the green plane, scale it down. Oop, I forgot. This time I have to scale only the outward here, this line. Here we go. So, I mean, if you use 3 axes, sometimes it's pushed down. So you don't want that. And once again, guys, it's a little bit off from the reference. It's okay. This is good. Okay. So now, we need to stop continuity again. Can you see? Because we didn't plan it well. I just intentionally to make you do that. So now, mesh tool, insert edge loop. Let's loop this. Here we go. Really close, and double click on this edge loop. You want it to shrink it in until it's close enough to stop continuity. See, I have a little gap. Check, see if it overlap is incorrect. Now press 3 to see how it looks. That looks good. So press 1 back. So now the next thing we need to do is we want the inner loop and outer loop are matched level, because right now, can you see it has a little angle. I want it to be flat line like this. Straight line. Straight plane, basically. So look like that. And let me select my image plane. I want it to reduce the alpha gain 0.1. Oop. Huh? Oh, my cap lock. What? Oh, it was locked. Sorry. Let me unlock that quick, because my alpha gain on front view is too bright. Here we go. How about 0.05? Really dim. Now I can lock it back. Okay. So now we got that fencing correctly. So let's check. This section need to be a little sharp. Can you see the edge side in between here? So it's mean. Use multi-cut again. Oh, sorry, insert edge loop. Here we go. And I'm gonna loop right here too, so that when I press 3, they're sharper. Can you see? Like that. So now we're going to have to rework on this because it has to be sharp like a 5 corner. So right now it's not. Okay. Because, I mean, you might think that if we use this in video game, it's fine. But if you have to increase the resolution, if you don't stop continuity, these will be routed like this. If you want to be 5 corner and 8 corner, you have to to make it more, you have to stop continuity on the corner. We're going to do that later. So right now, though, this section, we need to cut them because we need to extrude that and create a difference. So use multi-cut tool, insert edge loop, and one loop there, second loop here. Here we go. And then we're going to extrude this inward so that, hold on, let me check, let's check the image. Its head gap is not that tall, I think. Right here, right? Right there. So it's really not that tall, but because of the image. So in this case, I'm going to select that. Okay. And if I move it down straight line, can you see it changed the shape? It changed the shape, so they are not going straight, they are not angled like this. So what should we do? Anybody remember?
The slide edge tool?
That's it. Thank you. That's good answer. So you go to Mesh Tool, Slide Edge, and then just middle mouse drag. Here we go. So like that. Okay. So now we're going to select the face looping. So you select one face, hold shift, double click. Now it's loop. Extrude it, and then push inward on Z direction. Right there. Now, these are along normal, right? What if you want it to be straight line? Like not perpendicular to the normal space. What you can do is after you extrude, you click switch. Now there will be a world space and you're going to scale it. So active and then scale only Z and X. So I grab that and I scale. Can you see it now? It's straight line. Get in. There we go. And how deep? That might be too deep. Well, it's okay. Just hold on. No, just maybe not too deep. Here we go. Okay. And now, when we press 3, it looks like this. Almost there on this section. Press 1 back, and you can bevel this. So that is round a little bit. Can you see it right there? So double click on that loop, on this edge loop. You might need to check for so that you can see it's looping around, or you might select something else. And under mesh, under edit mesh, bevel, and then change the fraction a little lower. So you can use slider. Can you see? So how about right there? Okay. Now press 3. Now it's kind of round. Here we go. Now, on this section, this is kind of straight line there. Can you see? It's not that angle. So I'm going to use scale 2 and then just scale kind of uniformly. 3 axis is fine. Here we go. Press 3. That looks a little bit better. So press 1 back. Now we're going to have to stop continuity. Let's take a look at the image one more time. So they are really just straight line on this section. Just go up like that and then bevel. Okay. My bevel might be too little. Let's stop continuity first. Oops. Insert edge, insert edge loop. Loop this section. and loop that. Press 3. Here we go. So it's kind of sharp now. I mean, if you wanted the inside to be more sharper, can you see right there? We need to, undo. We need to add more edge loop. So we're gonna stop right there. And this section I want it to be, now basically you want it to have like in and out. This might be too much, but let's see. If the outcome looks good, we keep it. Oop. Press 3. I think it looks better, sharp, so I will do that. So I will do in and out, like right here, and then underneath it, and this one. There we go. Now press 3. So it has more definition on it. And now I feel like this section can be more sharper. So basically this line, I'm gonna press 1, and you slide edge 2. Then you're gonna slide it up a little bit. So that is really close here too. Slide it down. So it's sharper, that's all. Here we go. Save your file. Now we're almost done. We need to make this become 5 and 6 and 8. So this is a little bit of work. A little bit of work. So go back to 1. Now we need to use a lot of fencing techniques on this section. So we have that fencing, and these 5, we have that corner as a fencing, so which is good, like stop continuity. So the idea is this. This time we're gonna have to use multi-cut because they are not 4 corner anymore. There will be 3 corner. So let's start it from this section first, from the back side. Here we go. And from the, is it the back side? Yes, okay. From the back side, you use mesh to multi-cut. So basically, I have to cut 1 here and give that space like this because we want sharp corner, right? And then you can cut all the way to here. So now I did not close to the corner because if I close, I want it to be able to come here too. So now I'm gonna do another right there. There we go. Press enter. So basically, I started from this point, give a little space all the way to here. Can you see? Not connect, and connect it right here. So now, let's press 3. Now it started to coming. We see that. Press 1 back. We're gonna have to do this section also. Here we go. And just eyeballing it about the size. And then close. Here we go. So that's it. You're going to have to repeat that 5 times. Do exactly same thing. Triangle right here. Corner. And then 4 corner until hit to the base. And then triangle again. The other side too. Keep going. Triangle. Quad for 2 of them. Give a little space and then mid triangle again. Same thing. And the ideal is if you're familiar with it, you can start it like alternate from top to bottom or bottom to top. But this is the first time, so let's keep kind of synchronize top to bottom. Just keep going top to bottom. Oops, sorry. Hey guys, if you want a straight line between this face and second face, just click skip the line. Just one skip is fine. As long as if it's quad, you can skip it. If it's triangle, you can't. It won't let you even cut to skip the line. If it's quad, it can. And come in here. This is the fourth one. My last one now. Try to zoom in and out so that you can see where you really cut, because sometimes you might split in the wrong line. I mean, you might skip the loop. And when you click on existing edge and then hold, drag while you're holding it until it stops. So now I got 5 corners. Next thing I need to using insert edge loop. See if it let me do it right here, because it's 4 corners. So it does let you do it. And then when I press 3, here we go. So now on the top, I'm going to skip. I'm going to leave a little bevel. If you don't want bevel, you have to loop again inside there. Now, because 3 corners, can you see insert edge loop does not work. How do we, oh, hey guys, one more thing. If you click to split, to insert edge loop, when you let go, you might need to right click and check vertices, because sometimes may leave the vertices there. Okay. So now, what if you need to have it? Anybody has any idea what should we do if we need to have it?
Could you extrude the edge?
That's correct. Perfect. So you select these all of these phases and then extrude and offset it. So now you can use this pen selection tool, and if you hold B key with left mouse button, you can change the brush size, and I choose phase, so now I can pen it. And to subtract, you add control to subtract. If it just add, just click and pen. Yes.
There's another way to do that as well. If you hold down the tab key.
What do you click
Oh,
to
that's
size the
right.
paintbrush?
Thank you. Let me try. Yes, I forgot about that. Here we go. Yes, I forgot that.
Oh, you missed one up at the top.
Right, missing one. Oop. Here we go.
What shortcut is that?
Tab key, hold tab, and then select. Yes, I forgot about that. I think it started to use in version probably 18 or 19, and I never use it because I didn't really pay attention. So thank you. That tab, so you can hold tab shortcut, or you can use a pen selection tool. And then now extrude, edit mesh, extrude, and then offset. Let's do 0.1. Oh, hey guys, I did not do correctly. I'm missing some selection. Okay. Hold on, I gotta undo all the way. See, I missed some selection right there. There we go. Oh, now I can see is you might have to hold tab plus control so that it won't toggle on and off. selection. So tab and control. Okay. Tab plus control is add. So now extrude, oops, sorry. Match, extrude. And then offset. That's too high, 0.1, 0.01, 0.02. Just make sure when you extrude, they are not overlap. You see, not overlap. Now, can you look at on this section? This is kind of a troubleshooting. Can you see there's the lines are not straight line? Can you see right there? Because when we extrude it, my tab is still keep on. Can you see? I mean, you still get this when you press 3. Can you see that? Press 1 back. Now, because we extruded, can you see that line? If you are a little, to be more picky about this, you're going to have to re-topology. So this is what you can do. Multi-cut. You started to cut that, and then go all the way here. And then you delete just only the old one. If you double click on it, can you see? And then you can do delete edge and vertex. So now the lines are pretty again. So I do multi-cut again. So I cut from there to here, all the way, because I want it to be a lines uniform, straight, like a projecting in one direction. There we go. Can you see? Now that looks better now. Okay. And I can keep go on to do all 5. For today, we don't need, you can do that on your own. So now, save. The next thing is the 5 corner. This is a little tricky here. And you see right there? So what we need to do is, we need to multi-cut in the way. Lucky that we have this. So we can do that as a 3 corner. Come here. Right there. And now, right here though, this is a little trick here. You click on one of this. Let me go back step one more. I want it to be a straight line right here. Can you just watch this section first, because it might confuse you. So now I click on there. And on this section, I'm going to connect to here. Now, can you see there's a tiny triangle right there, right here, tiny triangle. You can delete this edge, and then it will become full. So let me show you again. Can you see? Because it's connect from here and then go all the way up there, that corner. So it means you have 3 lines in here, and we don't need the center line because we can make this become full corner. So I'm gonna edit, delete, edge, and vertex. So now can you see full corner right here? And then full corner right there. So let's press 3. Here we go. And we need to stop continuity more. I think I forgot. We need to stop this continuity to here. So let me delete that. Loop. We need to loop here. I forgot. Mesh to insert edge loop. Now we need to loop this to stop continuity. Because when it goes too far, it's create that protruded. So multi-cut to stop right there. Hey guys, so if you already done it, and then when I press 3 this time, can you see we're gonna have to keep stop continuity because it still keep going right there. So I have to insert another loop there, extra loop, and extra loop in here. Press 3, and we're gonna have to add more loop there. Hold on, it still keep going in there. Oh, my bad. That section is circular, guys. My bad. Can you see I did it wrong? That has to be circular. This has to be 5. I got confused. See, when there's so many lines, got confused. I'm gonna have to clean this quick. That section need to be deleted. Sorry guys, undo or delete what you did on this section, and then I just multi-cut quick. There we go. Okay, so because right here it need to be circle, just only this section that need to be 8 corner right there. So now do the same trick again. I'm gonna add another loop to stop continuity right here. Let's loop right there, a little close there. Okay, so in this section, let's add another loop there to stop continuity. Okay, so now this is what's gonna happen. So when I cut, multi-cut to multi-cut. So I'm gonna cut like this from here to there, and there, and then 3 corner, there, here, 3 corner. So press 3. Now I got 5. I got that sharp corner. Can you see? So basically, what I did is I put another loop along this edge so that these triangles are close to the edge. They are not expanded larger. And then I use another continuity to stop, like fencing, so that just in case this might create a, if I press 3, that might be, that squib, zigzag things might happening right here. So we stop it. So that is just right there. Don't go further. So now I'm gonna have to cut all 6 sides, all 8 sides. Sorry. Here we go. All the way. Hey guys. So I think when I finish, this is it for today. When we finish this, because of the Boolean concept, I'm gonna make another video for Friday. So for today, that's it. So you need to finish the cap today, so that won't be too much work at the end during the weekend. And I will post the video by morning of Friday, okay, because I have to make that video. Here we go, cut. Yep. You might need to zoom in really close. There we go. Press Y to repeat the 2, to finish and repeat the command. Repeat the 2, sorry. Repeat the command is G. Y, repeat the 2. And I could skip the line because they are 4 corner. If it's 3 corner, You can't. Here we go, almost there. A little tedious work. I press enter by accident. Oh no, multi-cut. So 3 corner, 4, and then 3. The beginning is 3 corner, middle is 4, ending is 3. Done. Here we go. Look like this. See, this triangle is kind of try to hide it. So when let's turn these off. So they're not too obvious. You see. If it's larger area, will be really obvious when it look. Okay. And so that's it for today. Okay. And actually, one last thing. Can you see right there? When I look at, I think we have to stop continuity. Can you see it's a little sharp there? Kind of sharp. So in this section, I'm probably gonna have to. Hey guys, multi-cut tools, if you hold Control key, is create a loop. So it's similar to the edge loop, insert edge loop. So I didn't tell you yet because I wanted to wait until next week. I mean, when you use a insert edge loop, if you open an option, you can insert more than one. Like right here. If you turn on multiple edge loop, you can type more than one. So by default, it's relative distance, how you move them. So now, I'm going to use multi-cut, insert edge loop. So if I loop right here, if I press 3, can you see? They are not good. It look like this. You see that? So because it stopped continuity. So it's become no circle anymore, no curve. So I'm gonna undo. In this case, when you cut, you will have to do right here. So insert edge loop, I'm gonna loop like this. And press 3, here we go. So a little sharper now. If you want the corner to be like that, straight line, so it means you're going to have to stop continuity right here. So in this case, if I do multi-cut, I want to show you alternative. And I want to show you like why it doesn't look good. So if I do multi-cut like this, 1, this can be 4, right? There we go. And I can do all the way. When I press 3, here we go. I lose that circle. And it pinched really badly. So now, in this case, the best way to do is, I can delete this loop quick. Let me delete. The best way is do this. You use extrude technique, like right here. Extrude, oops, sorry. Edit mesh, extrude, and then offset 0.1, Now, when I press 3, can you see? It gives that look. And if you want, you can make this section same. I can select these two faces together, extrude. Now this time though, when you offset, you gotta be careful because this is so narrow. So 0.1 might cause intersect. Can you see? So it's mean 0.01. 0.01 might be too close. Oh, nothing I can do. How about 0.02? 0.02 is kind of okay. Let's check. We may not need that if it make it looks really bad. Yep. Okay. Nope. So we are not going to do extrude on that section, just only on the bottom. That's it. Referencing a little bit, so we create a little frame, stop continuity, and this is how it looks. And I think that's look okay. All right. So let me add one more loop here. And if I press 3, can you see? Oops, I'm still on the loop. See right there? There's kind of curve. We need to stop continuity. So insert edge loop, loop really close there, and here too. Now the inside, we're gonna add another screw shape, so we don't need to stop continuity there because it's hidden. So we won't be able to see it. So don't add. So that less geometry. So now it's really sharp now. Okay, so I turn this back on and I'm gonna add inside there. Oops, select, add. Let me save, and then I'm gonna save scene as, put A, because I want to delete history on this one. Edit, delete by type, history. Here we go. So you got in half an hour. Go ahead, try to get this finished, and you can ask question. Okay. Any questions, guys? Oh, one more thing. So now the cap, we don't need to cut. We don't need to merge anymore because it's done. It's a good time to rename it. So we'll call hydrant cap mesh or poly, something like that. Now, if you delete something, you attach something, this one will switch to surface something again, and then you have to rename it. So, all right. So this will do on Monday also, and the body will be on Monday, and you will get the video by by Friday morning. Okay. Any questions, guys? People from online, do you have any questions? Do you guys confused, or is it everything okay? Okay, good.
I'm good.
Okay, that's good. Let me check roll then. Let me stop the record too.